Hello everyone, it's me, Elfverson, here from the Vlog Academy. Today we are going to talk about LinkedIn and how you can learn to love LinkedIn a little bit more. I know that LinkedIn is a bit of a scary platform for a lot of people. It feels like a big step going out there compared to, say, Facebook or Instagram. So with me today in my online studio, I've got Sian Mansbridge of The Marketing Architect. She's the co-director together with Pip Evan Cook, and she's here to share 5 top tips on how you can grow your LinkedIn community. So thank you so much for joining us, Sian. How are you doing today?
Thanks, Mia. Yeah, I'm great, thank you. Yeah, how are you today? You're looking good?
Absolutely glorious day here where I am in Brighton, and schools have started. It feels like things are slowly going towards a brighter future, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Sian, you are very kindly going to share 5 top tips on how to grow your LinkedIn community. And I know from my training courses and programs, LinkedIn is the platform that people are most scared of all, possibly YouTube as well. But why, first of all, do you think that is?
I just think people find it a bit intimidating because the reputation is that LinkedIn is where everybody's professional and business-like, and people just find that a little bit scary. And it's a shame, really, because it's really not scary at all. It's actually a lovely community over there on LinkedIn. But people they think that they need to jump straight in and start sharing amazing content and look like professional gurus or experts in their field, and it's very daunting when you're a bit new to LinkedIn or when you haven't really got into your flow there. And what people do is they think they've got to share this great content straight away, first of all, and they sort of get the fear, and then they end up doing nothing, and so LinkedIn isn't going to really work for them. And that's such a shame, because of our 5 steps to growing your LinkedIn community, sharing content doesn't even come in until number 5. So there are 4 things you need to do first to really start to make the most of it. So I'll just go through those 5 for us now. So the first thing we think you should do on LinkedIn is just set some objectives, and everybody's objectives are going to be different. You might want to find a new job, or you might want to find some new clients. You might want to grow your network for professional development reasons. There are so many different reasons to use LinkedIn, but you need to know why you're there. Otherwise, you're not really going to get the best out of it. So you do need to set your own objectives. And then number 2, you need to optimize your profile. And I could spend a long time talking about this because there are lots of things that you can do, but you need to just make sure you've got a good picture that looks professional and looks like you really look. So, not your wedding pictures, as lovely as they are, they're not quite right for LinkedIn. So get some good pictures taken that look like you in a professional business setting, as you would expect to be seen. And then work on your headline and your bio and make sure that that's really telling your story and telling people about what you do and who you do it for, so that they understand that they can work with you. You look like somebody who can deliver what they're looking for. And then there are lots of steps you can go through to build up your network of contacts, your connections, and there's endorsements and recommendations, but that's maybe a little bit too much for just talking through these 5 top tips right now. So once you've got your profile optimized, the 3rd step is to manage your own newsfeed. So that's the newsfeed that you see, the information that's there on your homepage whenever you open LinkedIn. And if you're not taking steps to make sure that sort of gives you the information that is interesting to you, that can look a bit overwhelming too. So what we recommend is that you really choose very carefully the connections that you connect with on LinkedIn and the companies that you follow, so that when you see that content, it's going to be useful and interesting to you. Now, if you've got a lot of connections on LinkedIn, perhaps people that you've worked with in the past and you've connected with them, but they're not really sharing information and content that's useful to you now, you can unfollow them so you don't see their content anymore, but you'll still keep them as a connection so you won't offend them. So if it's your old boss, don't worry, you can unfollow. You don't have to see the information that isn't relevant to what you're after now, but you still keep that person as a connection, so nobody's offended. And that's something a lot of people perhaps don't realize. You can choose and follow hashtags on LinkedIn too, so that will really make sure that you're getting the content and the information that's relevant to what you want to use LinkedIn for now. So a few more things you can do there too, but we've only got a few minutes today. So step 4 is then a really, really important thing is for you to listen to what's going on. Listen to what the people in your network are saying. What's the content that they're sharing? What's happening? Are they asking questions that maybe you could answer? Do you know how to help these people? And when you do start to feel like you can start to interact and reply to what's going on, try and add a little bit of value, but also try and keep some personality. You know, if you're full of life and bounce in real life, there's no need to switch that all off and turn into a drone on LinkedIn. You can absolutely bring your best A game and be you on LinkedIn. Be just the business-like professional version of you that's true to yourself. You don't have to switch it off for LinkedIn. So you're listening and you're interacting and you're adding value. And then once you've done all of that, and you've really looked at what people are talking about and interested in, then you'll have a very good idea of the type of content that the people you want to interact with find interesting on LinkedIn. And that's when you can start to share your own content. And it can be about your business, about yourself, about what you do and how you help people. But it can also be just interesting information that's around your sort of subject area. So if you see an article that you know your network is going to find interesting and it's useful information, you can share it, but try and add your own take on it as well. Don't just post it up and not add a comment. Tell people why it's interesting, why it's different or new or surprising, or maybe it's something you actually disagree with and you want people to know that you think that this is not the correct information. So that's when you can sort of start to really share some good content. So yeah, those are my 5 top tips.
That's brilliant, Sean. Thank you so much. And it's interesting because LinkedIn is so business minded. So people who are used to hanging out on Facebook or Instagram, I think they feel it's a bit intimidating because it is business. But the good thing with LinkedIn is also that people are ready for business. They are expecting you to be in your business. On Facebook, it's kind of the opposite. They're expecting you to be your own person, and even more so on Instagram. But of course, everyone is a human being on LinkedIn as well. It is all people behind their businesses. So you can still talk directly to a human being. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Of course, if you're a large corporate company or, you know, an international organization, you can't be quite as personable. But when it's your own business, if you're running a service and you're the face of the company, then of course, you've got to step out as you and show what you're about, because in the end, we all know that we buy into people and we're not buying into the brand. We need to see the person behind the brand to know that we can trust them. You are very kindly offering my followers, my community, a special offer on a discount on your LinkedIn training that is coming
That's right.
up.
So we're running the training. It's called Learn to Love LinkedIn, because we really think that you can learn to love it. We love it. And it's on the 18th of March. And the normal price is £120, but we're offering a £25 discount to your community, me, so they can buy that training for £95. It's an hour and a half. And it's a group training delivered via Zoom, of course. Everything's online at the moment, isn't it? When people come and do the training, there's a workbook that follows. So we'll be sending that out to everybody who attends the training. So yeah, it's an hour and a half to learn to love LinkedIn.
Fantastic. That is really generous of you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to share the link next to this video. So it's on the 18th of March between 12 and 1:30. It's a £25 off on this course if you enter the voucher code MIGROUP, as in me, M-I group, but I will put that in the text as well, so you can just copy that and paste. That's fantastic, Sean. Thank you so much. And we look forward to all growing our LinkedIn communities and start loving LinkedIn and just remove those fears I think a lot of people have around LinkedIn, which is a really important and growing platform now, especially for video. So get in there. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you, Sean. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the 18th. Take care.
Thanks, Bea. Bye.
Bye, everyone.